welcome to our Volunteerism podcast. My name is Shreya Sharma. I'm the president of the main chapter of Kids as well as the Nice chapter. And today we have a guest speaker named Hamza joining us from Daniel Kids. I'm going to pass it on to Hamza to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you to the Kids Organization for having me. My name is Hamsa. I am the Director of Development at Daniel Kids.
Oh my goodness, we are so excited to have you, Hamza. My name is Asha, and I'm the kids' senior advisor.
And I'm Shreya, and I'm the social media manager of the Main Kids Board.
So today we're just going to be asking you some questions about Daniel Kids, what it's all about, and about how the volunteerism is really involved there. So to begin, could you tell us a little bit about Daniel Kids and the children there?
Sure, we were founded in 1884 here in Jacksonville. We started as an orphanage, and since that time, we're now in our 141st year. We've expanded to almost 10 different programs. We have two campuses in Jacksonville. One is on Belfort Road. It's our statewide inpatient psychiatric program, and it's for kids who have undergone severe trauma or abuse in their life. They come and live with us. They have round-the-clock medical health care with us, and then they're placed back with their families once they have all the good coping skills that they need. And then our other campus is our independent living village. That's for homeless youth who are between the ages of 14 to 21. Same thing, they stay with us around the clock. They have case managers, and we kind of provide them the life skills that they need to move ahead into young adulthood. And then we also do case management for a lot of foster families. We just have a lot of programs, but anything to do with kids in Jacksonville, we're involved with.
That is amazing. And I know you guys have like so many cool programs, and we just wanted to let our audience know, because a lot of them are our age, teenagers, kids. How can we help at like a younger age? How can we help Daniel Kids and get involved?
Well, first, I just want to say that it's awesome that all of you and that your audience wants to help other kids. I think that's really meaningful and special. And it just shows a lot of character that you guys want to do that. So I'll say that first. And then number two, the best way that kids can help Daniel specifically is through our drives that we have throughout the year. I think that's a great entry point. It's the best way for community groups to get involved. So we have four drives throughout the year. We have our Easter drive, we have back to school, we have Thanksgiving gift card drive, and then we have our holiday toy drive. So you can pick, they're throughout the year, obviously. So whatever is convenient for you, you can pick one of those drives. You can either collect items for yourself, or you could even do it at your school, at your church, wherever you're involved. You can kind of get the community involved and collect those items for our kids. And they go straight from us directly to families in need.
Wow,
Okay.
that's really cool. I know we've all been really involved with like helping out with the Easter drive and the kindness drive and all that. So what is the most upcoming event like right now, the next event that you're gonna have, and how can we get involved with that?
Sure. So we have our Thanksgiving gift card drive, which is happening right now. And so what we do for that is we collect gift cards, and they can be for stores. So they could be for Walmart, Target, anything that a family might need. And so that way, especially right now, it's hard to spend money on groceries. And so those are kind of supplemental to our foster families. It goes straight to those families, and they're able to buy exactly what they need in their households. And then even for our older youth, we love for our homeless youth village, we love having gift cards to fast food restaurants and things like that, because it's kind of a nice treat when you're that age to be able to, go to Starbucks, go to McDonald's, and get something different than what you normally would. So yeah, so right now, all the way up until Thanksgiving, we're doing our gift card drive. So instead of collecting food, we're collecting gift cards. And you can also give online at danielkids.org/seasonal-drives. And all of that money gets converted into gift cards. So if you don't have the time to go out and buy gift cards and drop them off at our office, you can also donate online, and then we turn them into gift cards.
That's really cool. And for our audience, if they want to get involved and start helping with Daniel Kids, are there any specific Daniel Kids events that they can participate in throughout the year to help support the children?
Yeah, like I said, the drives are the biggest thing. That's the best entry point. But from there, usually when you're dropping off, you can meet myself, one of our other staff members. They're happy to help you get ideas for how you can get involved specifically. You can do volunteering throughout the year as well. So we can find something that you're good at. We do life skills at our independent living village. So if you're really good at managing your money, you can help these kids learn about that. That's one way. And then we also have a golf tournament in April. That's specifically for raising money for Daniel. It's our one fundraising event of the year, and it's just a really cool event to be involved in.
Yeah.
So I know throughout the years we've been involved in like we've also visited Daniel Kids like a few times. And I know you guys have a Daniel school. So Can you tell us a little bit about the school and also how we can get involved in specifically helping with the kids' education and everything?
Sure, absolutely. So we have our, like I mentioned, our statewide inpatient psychiatric program. That campus on Belfort Road. We do have a school on that campus. So the kids who are staying and living with us and undergoing mental health care treatment and helping them with their issues, they go to school with us there. And so so I know you guys have helped with decorating the bulletin boards in the cottages that the kids live at, the administration building, and at the school. And then we also do our back to school drive, which also helps other kids in the community who are in our foster families as well. And again, with our homeless youth village, all those school supplies go directly to them. So we provide school supplies not just for the youngest kids, but also older kids as well, just like you guys.
That's amazing. And I know like there's like there's ways in like life like that just like things are going on that connects back to Daniel Kids, and I've been working with you guys for so long now. And like one example of that I was literally just talking to my mom about like earlier today was how because of the recent government shutdown, SNAP, which is basically like food for, kids in school, it's going to be getting shut down in November. And so I think we were talking to Julie about it, and she was saying a lot of the kids at Daniel Kids do use SNAP. So like food donations, just like things that like if you have a couple cans you're not using at home, like that's something you can get to Daniel Kids. It's so easy to get involved.
Mhm.
But I feel like there isn't enough awareness around Daniel Kids, and it's not, the name isn't out there as much as it should be. So, is there any events that you have throughout the year to increase awareness for Daniel Kids and like how we can get their name out?
No, I'm so glad. That's so nice of you to mention that. The unfortunate thing is a lot of people haven't heard of us because luckily their kids don't need our services. That's really the most important time that people would know our name. It's because sadly that their kids need one of our case managers, one of our social workers in their lives. And so that's why often a lot of people don't know about us, but it's so awesome that you guys as an organization have chosen to help us as an organization and really to raise awareness amongst the younger generation. It's really important to get involved when you're young because it kind of sticks with you as you grow older. You not only get a satisfaction for yourself, but you also help your own community out. So that really means a lot. But yeah, the like you said, the SNAP benefits, that most of our kids, pretty much all of our homeless youth kids are on SNAP benefits. So when they come to Daniel, they are on those benefits. And our goal really is so they can grow beyond that. So that we help them with life skills, jobs, graduating high school, graduating college, so that eventually they don't need to be using those services. And likewise, a lot of our families are also on SNAP benefits. And so their kids as well. The biggest thing that, at least right now, is our Thanksgiving gift card drive. Like that's the biggest thing to help with leading this entire month happening in November. So that's kind of the best way to like get involved with that.
So, I know lots of kids like who want to help getting into volunteering and also donating and everything. I know sometimes they aren't exactly like at the time of the drives to be doing that, or if they have a bunch of things that like they want to give to Daniel Kids, but it's
Mhm.
not necessarily fitting what the drive is asking for, or it's not a time of a drive. Would there be a way for them to also just come in, drop that off, or is that like how would that work?
Yeah, of course. On our website, danielkids.org/agency-needs, we have a wish list that's year round. So there's a whole list of items that you could collect year round that are things that people need, that our kids need. So an example would be hygiene supplies. A lot of times foster kids are being moved from foster family to foster family, and they don't have things as simple as like a toothbrush, toothpaste, those kinds of things. So we have had groups in the past similar to kids who have said, okay, we're going to do a hygiene drive, and they make individual Ziploc bags filled with everything that a kid would need when they move into a new home. So that's one idea. And I'm happy, of course, I will talk to anyone about ideas for how they can help in that moment. We also do cleaning supplies. That's something that people don't think about often since we have our independent living village. That's almost like dorm style living for our homeless youth because we want them to be independent. So they're the older kids who are sadly facing homelessness, but we want them to have their own apartment where they cook for themselves, they clean for themselves. And so cleaning supplies are sometimes what they need in those places. So there are definitely things that we need year round that anyone could help us with. So we appreciate that.
That's really cool. And I know it's like the time of the year, it's very festive. Like we have Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, and that's really important for kids to have like a sort of comfort in their homes. So is there anything that Daniel Kids does specifically like around Christmas time and Thanksgiving to make them feel more comfortable, like they have a family as well?
Yeah, so we do our holiday toy drive. That's like the biggest drive of the year. And you guys have been amazing. Every year I feel like the toy number of toys you guys donate goes up every year. But like I mentioned, we have kids who are infants all the way up to now we have kids who are in our independent living village Norton House, which is for even older kids, all the way up to 25. So it's a huge age range of kids. And some kids obviously they want teddy bears, toys, that kind of thing. But sometimes for the older girls, things like makeup, for the guys, having a wallet, it's a kind of those things that you guys would probably want yourselves for Christmas. That's kind of the items that we need. Headphones. Everyone wants headphones. They want the fun headphones, the fancy ones. That's kind of something like that. So those kind of little things, even though they might be something that another kid who isn't in need takes for granted, that's something that really like makes every day special for that kid. They get to go to school with those fancy headphones, and it makes them feel special. So yeah, our toy drive is like our biggest event of the year in terms of like items donated.
Yeah,
That's
doing the back to school drive and the toy drive with you guys, I actually really opened my eyes to the idea that like wow, like they are Daniel kids, but there are like so many different like age groups there.
Mhm.
So doing that really helped me like see like there are people like even my age that are there that would need those kind of things that I would want. So that's really helpful.
That's amazing. And I think it's so cool how closely you get to work with all these kids, like from all these different ages. And I know like sometimes it feels like, we're just like giving them gifts, but then we get to hear about like the stories. So do you have any stories that you could share about the children that you get to work with, and just highlight their character for us?
Yeah, sure. So, in our most recent newsletter in the fall, one of our kids who lived at the independent living village, her name is Nay. She was featured in our newsletter, and it's on our website as well. If you want to read her whole story, but sadly, she was facing homelessness. She was at risk of being homeless, and she was recommended to us by another agency. And we're so grateful that she found us. So she joined Project Prepare. She graduated high school, and now she's taking college classes, and then she's also now working full time at Mayo. So she's kind of juggling both things. She finished the Project Prepare program. I guess you could say she aged out of that program, but it's really exciting. This year, we opened Norton House, which is also on the same campus as our independent living village. And that's for girls who have successfully completed the Project Prepare program. They might be older, so young adults between the ages of 21 to 25. It's hard for them to find affordable housing right now. So Nay is now one of the girls that's living at Norton House. She pays a very small amount of rent to us, but it's part of the life skills training where you learn to pay rent, you learn to budget for yourself. She works full time, she goes to school. She's just an awesome person. She's great to talk to, and no matter what difficulties life has thrown at her, she's just really resilient, and I look up to her too myself. And it's so kind of her to like let me share her story. Sometimes when you go through something bad in life, you don't want anyone to know about it, but she knows that what a difference Daniel has made in her life, and she wants to share that with other, not just adults, but also kids like you guys.
Incredible.
So cool. I remember like I had the opportunity to come and actually visit the homes, and it was like such an eye opener for me because I got to see like I was so used to just donating, and then you like take photos with your donations and you meet like the people on the board, but you don't really get to see like the actual kids. So I had the
Mhm.
privilege to like walk around the campus, and I got to like celebrate two kids' birthdays, and it was like really special for me. And it was like I like kept thinking about that the whole day because it was such a cool opportunity. So do you have any like stories that how it impacted like you and like your like how your take on like just life in general, I guess, and like how it opened your eyes?
Oh, that's that's a hard question. No, but no, every day I go to work, I'm really grateful for not only the kids and the difference that I feel like I make in the community, but also my coworkers. We all work really hard. We all care about kids. The majority of the staff at Daniel are social workers. We're not doing this for the money. We're doing it because we care about the kids and we want to make a difference in Jacksonville. So it's really meaningful for me every day that I go to work. And really, you guys are also inspiring to me to have an organization where you're starting from a young age. And I love that you remember the birthdays. I also remember you guys did a dance for some of our kids too. So they love that. And I will share with everyone, I mentioned the drives. That's the best way to get involved. And that's mainly just to get to know us. And then from there, as you build your relationship with us, these are kids who are going through a tough time. And so we're really sensitive about not just letting anyone go on campus. We want it to be that you guys have built a relationship with us, and we know that understand the sensitivity of the situations with these kids. And so when you come out and do those things, it's even more meaningful because we've built a relationship together. And so yeah, I'm glad you remember the birthdays though. It's awesome.
Yeah, I remember the birthdays. It was so fun to actually interact with the kids because like when you're just donating, it's like a whole different like perception that you create for yourself, but actually talking to them, seeing how sweet they are, how amazing it is, like it's so amazing to see like how you guys put all that effort in just to like celebrate their birthday and actually give each like kid their recognition. And I love like getting to perform in front of them. That was so amazing to actually like have an impact on them, celebrate them too, so that they know that they're special from our side too.
Hmm. And
Um,
I think they were inspired by you guys because I think talking to you and getting to know you guys, I think that's really inspired them to do better in school, to do to do all of that. So yeah, no, I love that you guys came out.
just to like end us off, as we're like getting closer to time, since you're like on the staff, as a staff member, what's a message that you would like to share to aspiring or new members of Kindness in a Diverse Society? Because we do like mentor some of the middle schoolers. So like, what would you tell them as they're getting into volunteerism?
Well, first, I'd want to say thank you so much. I think you're joining a great organization. I am biased because I've known you guys so long now, but no, I think you guys are an amazing organization. I think it's really exciting. I think it's great that you do the mentorship program. I did know about that you start, that kids can start in middle school, and then the older kids are able to mentor them. I know when I was in school as well, it really was my peers who were inspiring and made me work harder in school. And really, it's also the social aspect of it because you feel like you're making a difference, but then you're also with your friends. So I think that would be my advice to middle schoolers. You're kind of making friendships that are going to last through the years, and you have these older kids that you can look up to. What as you go through high school and then you're applying for college. Ashna is now in college, so she can give you advice. Yeah, so I think it's a great organization that kind of makes a difference, and then also helps you guys develop your life skills as you become adults too.
Thank you for that answer. That was really sweet. Does anyone have any other questions for Hamza?
Thank you so
No?
much.
Do you have any questions for us?
No, I think that's it. I think you guys are doing great, and I can't wait to see you for Thanksgiving and Boy Drop.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much for supporting us throughout the years, allowing us to get involved with Daniel Kids, such a beautiful organization. And I can't wait to keep helping you guys, even throughout college, like Oshna, and right now as a high schooler. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today on this podcast and letting our community get to know about Daniel Kids a little more so that we can help you guys and you can help us too learn.
Thank you.
Thank you.